Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy Tactics walkthrough. We are entering Lesalia Castle. I believe this is one of those areas where we're going to have multiple battles in a row. So I would suggest, having a, like what I did here, I did two different save files. So one is before, obviously entering that battle or the battle series, and then typically what I'll do is I'll have that second file for once I actually go inside and have completed that first battle. So again, that's kind of just a way of ensuring, I suppose, that you don't somehow get stuck. Now I think it's pretty rare for that to happen and then not to be able to beat the second battle of the series or something like that, and then, get stuck. So, but again, just in case, I suppose it's probably not a bad idea. But, alright, so, Gafgarian. Is this technically the third ambush he's let us into? I don't know. Does the first one actually count, though? The one at the... Oh, no, I'm not going to remember the name of the area. It was like the waterfall where Delita is there. I don't know if that's actually considered one, where he initially turns on us. But, okay, so, anyways, Gafgarian is here. Now, I'm not sure if I think I did try to steal from him. Now, you can either try to take him out all by yourself, or that tile down there next to the switch. When you end your turn there, it'll actually open up the gate for the rest of your troops to come in. So I'm going to make my way down there, I think. As with the execution site battle, you can actually steal his weapon, and then he won't be able to use his sword skills on you at all. And like I said, I think I'm going to end up doing that. I think I am going to steal from him. And I'm going to definitely get at least one, maybe two of the dancers. I'm not sure if I went with two or just one. With the slow dance, I really feel like that turn advantage helps out quite a bit in this battle. I know this one, I've had issues with this battle in the past. Not only... the fact that Ramza is kind of stuck by himself with Gafgarian, which he's not that bad, I guess, to be honest. He just doesn't seem to really have that great a damage, I guess. But I guess it's more the fact that your troops, aren't able to necessarily work together. Now, that's kind of not true at all with my dancers, because they're going to affect everything no matter where they're at. So but in previous playthroughs, I didn't use this setup, and I had like Mustadio outside or out here with Agrius, and then whatever other generic troops I had, and they do okay, but there's a lot of guys out here, and they kind of all hit you at once. So that can be kind of tricky. They can just kind of overwhelm you with sheer numbers. So so that can be an issue. But here's the spot. Like I said, when you end your turn here, it'll actually open up that gate, which is kind of nice for two reasons, obviously, you can consolidate your troops and kind of have them work together a little bit more. Now, if your characters have like ignore height or fly, that's not even an issue. They can just fly right over to the gate and stuff. If I remember correctly, anyway. I don't think there's any restrictions as far as where those characters can go. But anyways, I don't know now. Actually, now that I'm just looking at this gate, I'm not sure if you actually can fly over it or not. I'm not sure on that one. But anyways, okay, so opening up the gate obviously is going to kind of let us consolidate our troops now. This is the other great thing about having the dancers with Sunken State. Now I'll be able to actually stick 2 of those dancers in the gate, and I'm not sure if I actually ended up setting it up that way or not, but that way, you know, the troops can't, or the enemy characters can't get through. Now, that summon there actually did just knock, I see, one of the dancers out of Sunken State, so that's kind of unfortunate. Oh, maybe both of them. Can't tell if... I'm fairly certain that 2 of them had Sunken State activated, but now it doesn't look like any of them do. So that Shiva might have hit everybody. So yeah, that's kind of, oh, I don't know if I'd say bad luck on my part, but... yeah, so anyways, you know, and that's one of the cheesy things actually about Sunken State is that, you know, if I were to get 2 of them back into that transparent status and stick them right in the gate there, none of the troops can, you know, walk past them. So unless somebody's got, like, you know, ignore height or something like that, that's, you know, you're not going to be able to get through there and into the courtyard where Ramza's at, which then means, you know, we could focus down Gafgarian quickly and, you know, kind of just go from there. But, alright, oh, nice. First shot, that's pretty lucky, 48% chance, and I snagged it, so that's pretty lucky. But, alright, so I'm going to start moving my troops back in here, especially anybody that's missing decent chunks of health here. It's looking like they're looking fairly healthy, but... Alright, what are we doing here? Okay, so I guess I'm gonna switch over to the damage dance. Yeah, we'll move some of these dancers in here. So this will block off any troop flow. Now, unfortunately, though, that really doesn't affect their troops all that much right now because... Oh, wow, she's really low. Obviously, they've got archers as well as the summoner. So really, that's only going to block off the knights for the time being, and obviously, again, that's just because Sunken State got knocked off of those 2 dancers, and that's pretty unfortunate. That would have been a really solid strategy, you know, would have been to keep those 2 right at the gate so that they couldn't target, or they couldn't be targeted as well. They wouldn't be able to target anyone back behind there. But that's okay. I think this battle turned out fairly well, regardless of that little issue. Okay, get the damage, sorry, flowing. I see the summoner's already pretty weak too, that's nice. If we can get the summoner down, that'll be really helpful. The summoner can actually do pretty decent damage just by there we go. Especially if you have your troops bunched up like I did earlier. Alright, so let's take out Gafgarian here. And generally you want to try to take out Gafgarian before you kill all the rest of the troops, because once Gafgarian dies here, his crystal appears immediately. So you don't have to wait for the typical corpse timer, I guess, to expire. So there you have it. The crystal just pops up there automatically. I don't remember what he's really got for skills, so I don't know if you know, the fact that his crystal is there is all that useful as far as you know, obtaining skills. But certainly, if Ramza has taken you know, much damage, that will at least, you know, restore him to full health with that crystal. So that's I guess one good thing about that. Are they throwing rocks at me? This one's throwing potions. That can be annoying. The bane of dancers, potions. Well, not if you've got enough of them. Dancers, that is. There we go. Knock their speed down some more. So that's one other really nice thing about the dancers is that you know, if you're having problems with units that heal and whatnot, you know, you can slow them down first, and then you know, once their speed's been reduced by a bit, it's much easier to finish them off with like Wisnibus or the damage dance, just because they're not going to have the same amount of turns in between to respond to that that damage that you're dealing. So kind of a good way to use the dancers, I suppose, is to, you know, slow enemies down and then kind of deal the damage a bit later. The only problem with that is then that means that you have to absorb or be able to absorb a bit of damage first. I'm not sure why I... Oh, that was my slow, or the character that was using the slow dance, and I felt like I didn't need that anymore. I guess I'm canceling all the dances. I'm not sure really why. Alright, so let's see what Gafgarian's crystal had. Oh, okay. I guess he didn't have any abilities that Ramza could learn. So I don't know if that means that I already had all of the abilities that I potentially could have got from him, or if he just doesn't have them at all. I'm not sure on that one. And oh, actually, I think I stopped dancing with those other two to try to make sure that Ramza could grab that crystal before you know, the damage finished off these last enemies. But alright, so we're gonna finish this off with a sword to the side, an invisible sword to the side. Alright, so we have to rescue the princess. Is that what that said? I missed that. Alright, anyways, this battle is complete. Good deal. Let's see what we get for rewards here. Some moolah, always helpful. Always nice. 700 gil and is that a mithril helmet, I think? Those are kind of junky, but that's okay. Whatever. I'll take it. Alright, so here, like I said, this is where you save, or you can save, and again, I'm actually going to make a second save file, because again, I don't want to... I guess, to be honest, I wasn't worried about it at all, but I think it's a good idea anyway to have a save, you know, outside and inside, and not necessarily overwrite your old save. So there, if you noticed, I had 2 blood swords, and that's because I took advantage of the item duplication bug earlier. You know, I stole the 1 blood sword from Gafgarian, and then I just duplicated it. And if you need to, or if you're curious what the item duplication glitch is, I'll actually probably what I should do is make a video on it and then put it before this video. So maybe that's what I'll do. So if you're watching these videos in order, I guess then there'd be a chance that you've already seen it. But as of right now, I haven't made that video yet. So we'll just leave that as is. Now, I'm not sure if I was expecting to fight some undead here. That's the only real reason I can see of not having the double blood swords equipped. With undead, you'll actually deal damage to yourself and restore the health of those undead. So you have to be careful with those blood swords. That goes really with a lot of the the life absorbing type abilities. Drain life is one of them. And then there's a sword, actually like Gafgarian's sword skill there, I think it's Night Sword, drains health from the target and gives it to him. Well, if you try to use that on an undead enemy, it'll do the opposite. So again, keep that in mind. But like I said, so I did. Oh yeah, so okay. Now I realize why I switched that up. Sorry, took out those blood swords. I'm not sure if this enemy that we fight here is actually, or if that'll actually happen or not, but yeah, I was just, I guess, trying to play safe, or play it safe. But alright, so Draclau here is obviously debating us on why we want to save the princess, I guess it is. And saying that we're powerless. Okay, well. She left for Zeltania. She chose our help over yours. She's begun to think for herself. She felt unsure of you and chose us for obvious reasons to take the throne. Why don't you join us? You want to get the best of your brother's sales, right? We care about the world too. How about it? Yeah, no. Can't allow people to suffer and die just because I missed the rest of that. Not that reckless. Alright, you can change not only the world, but the truth of everything with its power. Since you don't seem to understand, let me show you. Okay, he's going to show us the power of the stone, apparently. So I don't know what that's all about, but we're going to find out. Okay. Well, if that's the power of the stone, I don't want it. Let me have my fun. Let me hear your screams and suffering death cries. Wow, okay. That's pretty dark, dude. Okay, defeat Quecklane? I think that's this guy's name. And this guy can be pretty brutal, so he's got a bunch of status effects, and that's really the dangerous part about him. You'll see here in a second. I think he one-shots somebody. Oh yeah, nightmare. Okay. Sleep, death sentence, and sleep. Oh, okay. I guess that didn't one-shot her, but it did put the death sentence on her. So this guy, I don't remember actually if he's considered undead. I feel like he's not. So I don't think that I really needed to get rid of those blood swords. But this guy is all about you gotta kill him fast. Basically, if you allow him to take a bunch of turns, he's just gonna drop tons of nasty status effects on you. Now there's a couple of different ways around that. I'm not sure if actually, I know I didn't take advantage of that at all. There's a lot of like defensive type items in the game. Wow, he's dead already. Okay. So there's items like the Enkai armlet, that sort of defense arm or defense band, is it? I think. But a lot of those will prevent some of these status effects that he'll use. So if you're having problems beating him, I would suggest equipping some of those things. Obviously, he was able to cast sleep as well as death sentence there. I'm not sure what else that nightmare skill actually does, but like I said, it can be pretty nasty. Okay, it's more money. Oh, no goodies though. That's a shame. Alright, inside of Lesalia Castle. Oh, yes. This is pretty good. Okay. So, obviously, here's Goltana. Congratulating, or praising Delita, I should say. Black Sheep Knight under Baron Grimm's and Hyrule. Sent by order of Baron Grimm's to save the princess. I've returned. Mission completed. Hyrule. Never heard of him. Never heard of him. The Baron died in battle last month with the Ryomoku. The black sheep were entirely wiped out. Well, not entirely, apparently. So I returned. How's the princess? Sleeping soundly. She's exhausted from the long trip. I heard you brought a prisoner. Okay. Why did you kidnap the princess? We framed Goltana to prevent him from Lesalia taking the regency. Okay, so who gave you the order? Prince Larg? One of Goltana's aides who wants to join Larg. Okay, so Goltana's got a traitor in his midst. Ridiculous! Silence this lout. No need listen. Alright, who is it? Talk. Boom. Minister going. Who seduced you, the queen? That's absurd. I don't know anything. Treason's a serious crime, minister. Oh boy. Said I don't know a thing. It seems unlikely that he would just kill this guy straight up. Right here and now. Let's go to the capital with the Nanton now, or they may hold you responsible for this plot. First, let's remove Orinus and the queen and get the princess on the throne. Aha! Okay, so there we see Delita's motives come out. So Goltana went to Lesalia and confined Revelia in Bethla for kidnapping the princess. I think Bethla garrison is actually a prison, if I remember right. And let the princess accede to the throne. Okay. But Larg insisted Orinus was the legitimate heir or successor, and had him accede to the throne. Okay. So we've got a little bit of an issue here. Then Larg became the regent as guardian. Sorry. Immediately after, Larg sent the Hokutan, led by Orinus, to Bethla to rescue the queen. Okay. Meanwhile, Goltana sent the Nanton, led by Ovilia. Okay. So Hokutan versus the Nanton. And this is the beginning of the upheaval, which would later be called the Lion War. So that's how it all started. Okay. Do we want to save? I would sure think so. We just took down Quicklane, and it would not be good to lose now, I guess. Alright, so what do we have next? I assume more cutscenes, because there's still a bunch of this video left. Bethla Garrison. Okay, so again, my impression is this is the prison. 20,000 dead, counting both sides. That makes 40,000. And over 200,000 injured just in our troops alone. Casualties aren't the only problem. Food stock is short as we expected. The real problem is the drought. There's no food and tax revenues are reduced. Storage is at less than half. Larg's probably facing the same problem. Okay, so the war has taken its toll. We're running out of food, and you know, due to some drought. According to Olan, more than 100,000 refugees have come to Lesalia. Wow, that's a lot of people. Larg will have problems getting food. This is no laughing matter. The same could happen here. Many refugees may come here, and should we start peace talks? I understand your concerns, but we cannot stop the war. We'll increase tax by 30%. Make sure no trades. We'll keep an eye on all refugees entering Limbury. Larg is in difficulty too. Okay, it's not too late not too late for a peace settlement. If Orlando, a peace settlement won't occur. Mission exists because of the people. So if it wasn't obvious already, Orlando is a man of the people for sure. He's always looking after the people's best interests. Obviously continuing to talk about peace. Last war we served by keeping Ordelia out of our land. Are you saying there's no right in this battle? Since when did you start talking about hypocrisy? What? Can't go easy on them. It's for the people. We can't allow a corrupt royal family to oppress the people any longer. We fight. He's right. Just a little longer before it's over. I never expected to hear that from the one they used to call TG Sid. A little longer. Where'd you get that idea? How can you be optimistic? Are you blind? Your words are harsh. It's probably the worst line of the entire game. I think a lot of people make fun of that line, and for good reason. I'm disappointed in you, Orlando. Any more harsh words may mean your life. Okay. Any more of you disagree with my plans, you can get out. All right, Orlando. Okay, so he means business. Gultana's all about the war here. And all right, so this is the beginning of Chapter 3, The Valiant. Delita told me that there is a big tide, and he goes against it. Yeah, he did say that. If this age of war is the big tide, like a fate we can't avoid, can I go against it? Sure think so. Alright, now I head for Lesalia to tell my brother Zalbag that there's someone manipulating the war. Alright, so we're gonna try to appeal to Zalbag's sensibilities, I should say, and try to explain to him that obviously there's someone else behind this plot between the two, Larg and Gultana. So alright, what am I gonna... I think at this point, is this when the shops finally open up? I think this is when the first shops finally open. So anyways, you can poach monsters from this point. I believe it's this one. Again, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first one that actually activates. But there's some really, really good stuff, and I'll have to do a poach guide as well here eventually, because like I said, there is a lot of really, really good stuff that you can get by poaching enemies. So yeah, like I said, I'll probably do a guide for that too. Maybe I'll put that right after this one. I think that probably makes sense. But all right, anyways, I am going to just cruise around here, look at the shops, probably buy a bunch of stuff that I'll either use or not use. But anyways, I am going to cut the commentary here. So as always, I hope this guide was helpful, and I hope you join me for more videos. All right, thanks for watching.